All right, what a crazy day in the market. June 11th, it is Thursday. Got taken apart. The SPY, the Dow, everything got taken apart today. And I thought this was going to happen. Have you seen my other videos? Let's look at the SPY. See this? This is a rising wedge, technical analysis. All these idiots CMB say, oh, we're going up. I knew this, something was up here. See, this is getting tighter, tighter, tighter. I didn't know what kind of drop we were going to get, maybe a smaller drop. But this was a big red candle for coronavirus. Had all these states opening and the virus is increasing. And then the Fed saying we could be in for, not looking good for the next year, maybe 2 years. The Fed saying this is looking very bad. The economy going to take a while to get back. So this is what happened today. The SPY lost 188. Dow Jones 1861. NASDAQ 527. Small caps 114. The VIX went up to 40.79, 47%. Incredible. And oil was crushed. Oil was down 9%. So this is what we have here. See this? This candle was May 14th. You draw a line here. That's a wedge. That's called a rising wedge. This is the longer, see the outer lines, the outer pattern. So this had right here, and you draw a line. You knew something was up. Seeing as these two candles, and maybe I thought maybe a little move here. This was just a big gap down. Started overnight, it was down about 300 plus. So you can see here in the 5 minute, all day this was down. This was getting smoked this by. Now where do we go from here? Let's take a look at the other chart here. This is all moving averages. We went through 5, 9, 13 EMA, 20 EMA like butter. And then you have the 200. Just starting to come off stochastics. This was a long ride up, and it's coming down RSI. You have a bullish, or not bullish, negative crossover MACD right here. So this is at 300, sitting right at 300. You have 100 moving average right here, that'll be 295, and this is the 50-day at 288. This is looping up. So we'll see what this does here. We have a retracement of 61.8. It'll be about 293. I still say we have more room to the downside, even if we maybe bounce up tomorrow. Still think this might run the range, see, to go to 30 or 20 on stochastics. We'll see. This is just starting now. 4 hour. 4 hours, very oversold here. See, we're engulfing here. It's at 389 stochastics. Every time it was here, see here, went up, here, went up, here, went up. So still, it's not crossed over yet. This has to cross over green, has to cross over red. So we'll see what happens here. I still say more room to the downside. NASDAQ. NASDAQ is a big red candle. See this? This was very tight. I knew this was getting tighter and tighter. I thought we were gonna double top right here, but it didn't. It came back down, and now we're touching the 20 EMA. We'll see where this goes. This could drop further. We'll watch where the futures overnight. Dow Jones. Dow Jones right here. So 66. This is crossing down. They're all crossing down. This is touching the 100 moving average. Then you have 50-day down here below. This is going to go further down too on the 4 hour. Just touching 50-day. This could come down now. This still has more room down here. This is just getting started. This might go to 24,000. We'll see here. All right, let's go to the other chart here. The VIX. Look at the candle, and everyone's saying right here, I said that's a channel here. Okay? Broke the channel, and basically it's 20 over 13 EMA. Once you get roundabout move like this, and the 13 is starting to get over, that's bullish for the VIX. This was all negative right here, bearish, going down, 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 and this started to squeeze out right here. So, and this candle is a massively big candle. Look at this. This went from like 27 to 41. This still has room to run too. See here, when we made that move up and the March lows, this really took off. This could go a little bit more. So 85, I try to take it in half, 85 and 20 maybe, 105, maybe 100. Maybe this goes to 45, 50, 50% retracement. We'll see. We'll see how that works. VIX. VIX is breaking out. So look at the volume today, 28.4 million in volume. And it's coming up. UVXY is another one too. This is VIX short-term futures ETF too. This is at 45.56, and this is 36.7 million in volume. This is breaking out. More into the upside. IWM. This really got crushed there. Look at this big gap. It's approaching 50% retracement level, which would be 132. It's crossing down. This was another wedge here. See this? This was the channel. The channel's fine as long as it touches the outer lines. And then this sort of broke it here. And then that was the May 14th run. There's a run since then until 3 days ago. So this was a move up. And then you draw a line here. So you had a wedge here. It was getting tighter and tighter. See this? And it dropped. That's what a falling wedge is. Falling wedge is usually it's a 5-point move. So this wasn't exact. So this could have been like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But nothing's exact. So that's going Dow transports. This is coming down here. Look at this. This hit 10,000, really getting smoked here. It says more room to the downside. All right, so the market's crashing right now. It was a big run from May 14th. Let's come back to the slide. A recap here on this. This had the big run up. There's no major moves down here. You had a move down right here. And then this was a bigger move. This was a long run up with a few blips here and there. But this needs to come in more. This might do a full circle to under 20 on stochastics. We'll see if this goes here lower. I think there's more room to the downside though. The weekly on the SPY, that's a big nasty candle there. Monthly showing a shooting star, which is never a good sign. All right, so that's it for the SPY. Let's look at today's gainers. We shifted from the market. Remember I said cruise, airlines, REITs, oil. They had their move. They had their move about a week, few weeks, some longer. And they just got crushed today. We rotated back to some penny stocks. The gainers list was very small today compared to the other days. Here's WAFU. This was a nice gap and go. This was a pre-market move. Seen as this move here, there's your line. Today's open 4, and you have your big candle. This is what I like the 5 minute. See this candle? As soon as this breaks out, you know something's up. It's like a candle doesn't get this large and then do nothing. So your next move was 6, and then all the way out this road, and then it came back down. You could have played this pre-market and then sort of chop around, and then it opened and fade back down. And then we had another move here that formed a double top at 14 and came crashing down again. So there's a few moves in here, long and short. Depends how you want to play it. So, and this was a 1.18 million in float, and what's the volume today? 64 million, almost 59 million. So great volume. This has done this before, these spikes. This was a really nice spike though. So CLDX. This is another falling wedge here. See this here? All the way since 2018, back down, back down. And then look at this move up here. This broke over 317. Here was the move here. Then it really took off yesterday. Look at the volume. When you see volume come out, look at the volume the other days. There was nothing. It does like 4.6 million. And yesterday was 23.1 million. Then it exploded up today. And on the 5-minute, this is a great long trade. So you need to get over today's low and yesterday's close. That's what the red line is. Look at this, 1320 EMA. You're right here at 564, 550. And it came up. Then 3 o'clock, it really exploded again. You had lower volume. See this lower volume? You want to see that on when it's going down, consolidation. And then this broke up. This is a great long. There's TVIX. TVIX was over 150 and it finished 215. Look at that. That is a solid move. Volatility index, you use this when the market is crazy like this, and that's why you make strong moves with it. TRPX. Excuse me. TRPX is broke one, came back here. This is trying to hold a $1 roll. Hold this about a week ago. We'll see what that does. UVXY, that's not a volatility index. This is breaking out over 36, and there it goes. Great long. So here's your pre-market high. That's all you have to do. Pre-market high here. So you know what the high above is, 36. And then 34 here. All this, you have today's open support. You can get in here this range. It's a nice range to get in. Then along the way, there's some more trades. So LIT. This had 33.6 million. This was building slowly. See the volume here is getting higher. 75 cents. This could dollar roll. And then what else do we have here? WINS, Wins Financial. This is near a million in volume. Kind of light volume. I don't like anything at light. See the chart's choppy there. Ambo, this was a gap and go, and look at that. See, this is pre-market. Play it here, you can play it, and then if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Start to fade. You gotta get out. IZEA. This is at 81 million. Look at the volume here. All these volume days are positive signs. When you see this, look at the days it goes down. There's nothing. So that's a telltale sign this wants to go up. RETA, it's too expensive. ONTX, 101 million. This is trying to roll towards $1. FFHL, Fuji, it's not a gap. Look at this here. Just big candle, 2 big candles in the 5-minute. SRTY, this is a bearish ETF. The bearish ETFs are SDAL, SPXU, SPXS, SRTY, TZA, FAS, SOXX, and LABD, excuse me, PD. So this was coming down. See this? We had a blip here in April, came back up. Another one here later in April, and then May. So this is consistently going down, but it's time for it to go up now. This was a nice 5-minute chart too. See here, right over 1240. See, when the market is bearish, you want to switch to these ETFs. I mean, there's still trade like they WAFU. There wasn't that much in CLDX. They were the main longs. And see, when the market's as volatile, you want to go to TVIX, UVXY. You want to go to bearish ETFs. Now, the market's up most of the time. You know, throughout the last 10 years, the market's been up. So them using them bearish ETFs are going to be no good. They're just trading vehicles, and they're good when volatility spikes, and you want to go to the bearish side. So that's basically, here's TZA, another one is the small caps, turning up. And this is the 5-minute, beautiful 5-minute. This was right over 2450. FAS, another one. This was right over 1790. There it goes, took off. SDAL. This was right over 2434. And look how that took off. All these are great longs on the bear side. Real estate bear, DRB. Never look at this really. This had almost a million. This is coming up too. Drip. This is bearish oil and gas. stocks. This is bearish semiconductors. And this has been, see this line here, 20 EMAs over 13 EMA the whole time. Look at this. Now it's trying to come up here. We'll see if that can go further. Alt. This was in a channel for a long time, broke 450. We found support today at about 572. Nice candle today. Maybe this will go up further because it's definitely oversold here in stochastics. There's SPX, excuse me, SPXU and SPXS. I'm very tired, sorry guys. So this is for the S&P. These are bearish S&P, and this is coming up too. There's a long road up today. Nice channel going up. There's Naked today, NAKD, Naked brand. Sort of forming this like wedge here from the lows and the highs. Could break either way. This is Brazil ETF short, and this was really coming up. Brazil has one of the most, the highest cases of coronavirus. I just saw that in the news too. This was really coming up too. They have problems down there. WTRH. This is a nice up trend right here. See this? Even though it's spiking, but it's holding this trend line. So this is further to go up possible. And there's a LABD. It's really flat in here, nicely flattened around 4. It's trying to come up now. And look at the stochastics on this. See this? It's waving back and forth. That is a divergence north, which isn't good for the market, the way that's looking. What else do we have here? SQQQ. This is a bearish of the NASDAQ, and this is really coming alive here. Big volume. This did 844 today. Over 844 really took off high. This is so low though. You're not getting great movement as far as, you're not getting like few dollar gains because it's so low, the price wise. SCO, this is crude oil short. And here we go here. And this was nice move pre-market over 20. That really had a nice little wave here, and dip buying was strong. What else do we have here? So the main theme was TVIX, UVXY, the VIX. Volatility was up. Bearish ETFs were in play. You had a few WAFU and CLDX. There's JDST. This is the gold miners. Were they moving today? The bearish gold miners? Yeah, they moved pretty good. They were moving right over. Nice little tail. See these tails? They're nice hammer tails that go north. So they were very bullish looking. What else do we have here? APT. This is coming out of a triangle. This might break up. Dust. This is bearish gold miners too. This is trying to break up. The 5 minute. It's made a nice move. It found the bottom, and then really took off over 29 today. What else do we have here? What are main gainers? So yeah, that's the main theme. So market's looking bearish at the moment. Let's take a look further at some ETFs. Nail, home builders. This is forming a broadening wedge now. See, the wedge is getting higher here, higher here. So each time, see as the bounce is pretty small in between the lines, it's getting wider. That means more volatility. So bounce, then look at that. Doesn't touch here, but now we have a new line right here, this candle. And then really washed down today. And see the support? I would look for support. Just to see where is the support. 20. The way this is going, if you go further out, maybe lower 20, slightly under 20. I'm gonna look for 20 right here. That was previous in May on a nail. A 4 hour, it's very oversold now. 4 hour, we're at 231 on stochastics. Look at every time it's been that low right here. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, and the buy. And this is as low as it's ever been right here since the March crash hit. This is way below them other levels. So I still think there's more downside to this. Right here, this line, yeah, the line really coincides with about 20. So 20 doesn't hold. Where do we go here? 19, 18, of course, lower. This is going to be a good buy, though. It's getting very oversold. The market right now, it's at 48.92 RSI. This was at 70, so it dropped in a few days. I like this to do a full circle to 30. It might bounce up, then bounce down. I like to go full range to go lower on that. We'll see here. So that's a nail. DIN. It's Dine Brands Global. This is the 4 hour too. This is 3, very oversold. You have trend line support right here. This could drop to 40. We'll see if it goes that low on the daily. See, that's straight down. I want this to go right under about 20. You have 80-20 on stochastics. It's a momentum indicator. See, each time, look, this is the beginning. It held, buy right here, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, and then wait for the next buy signal. That's on DIN. DFEN. I said this, if 1869 no hold, but it gapped, and it really got crushed right here. That was even yesterday. Once 1869 it held, I had that, I wrote that somewhere in StockTwits, I think. So right here we're in the channel, and it's breaking up. And then we had the bearish days, now a huge gap. Everything gapped out. And I would look for this to hold this trend line. Maybe this goes back to 10. The 4 hour is at a 7. See this on stochastics? You have a buy, sell up in here, and another buy, sell, buy right here, and then sell. So you're waiting for the next buy signal. It's very oversold now, this one on 4 hour. Could it go lower? Yes. You have to wait for the signal here, though. Really has to cross at this point. Really want to cross up here, 13. We'll see what this does. All right, TNA. TNA, this is another wedge here. See this? It's getting wider and wider. So each move is getting wider. The last move here was May 14th, and this broke up. Look at this go down now. Straight down on stochastics. On this line, too, I would look towards 21. 21, I would look about 21 here. See that hold. See this on the 4 hours, too? You're at 2.94. That's extremely oversold on the 4 hour chart. Every time it's been on the 4 hour, buy, sell, buy, sell. This one was in between, so it was tougher. You have to look at the chart here, and once it was over about 19, it was a buy. Then it came back down again. It was a buy, then it was a quick sell, quick buy and sell on that. And this was the best one here, May 14th, and it took off, and it was over 1320 EMA, and really took off in there. See this? A buy, sell all the way in there. Once this was over to 13, over to 20, it's been a buy the whole way, and now it's totally bearish. The 20 just crossed over 13 EMA. So we're at 311 on stochastics. Let's look at the hour. Hour is totally dead here. Look at this. See it flatten here? It's at a 365. Extremely bearish. It's digging in deep here. It's like when you dig a hole, this is a massive hole right here. And the last time it did that was in May, and did that back in March. On the 2 hour, here's a 2 hour too right here. It's digging deep, 2.94. Very, very oversold. I'd like one more day, even on the daily. This is the weekly. That's a big candle here. This is the biggest candle it's been since back in March. It's not a good sign there. On the monthly, on that shooting star or a high wick. That's not good either. 4 hour. Okay, so the daily. So this is clearly a trend line. I want to see this hold. See this? I want this to go down to, it's at 48, go to 20. I want a full dive under 20. That's a complete buy it'll be. Last time I did that was March. On May, it was getting close. See here? Divergence each time is getting lower and lower until a buy it broke up. So that was good on that. So what's nougat? Gold. Yeah, gold did nothing today. They were all not looking good. JNUG. JNUG's getting smoked. All right, so we want this to come in further. The SPY. Let's look at the yearly. The yearly is a strong wick down. See that? And then bounce up. That's a bullish wick in the yearly. Quarterly, nothing showing here. Still showing it's pretty bullish. Monthly, you have a crossover. Nothing's changed right now in the monthly. It's a bullish crossover on stochastics. Weekly, see this? It was a tightening rising wedge, and it came out of it. Now it's probably going to do this on here. I don't think it's going all the way back down. I like to see 61.8 hold. If not, maybe this even goes at a 50% retracement and then comes back up. And that's probably what will happen here. The weekly is getting very tight here, though. We had 20 EMA over 13 EMA, so it wasn't bullish yet. We went 13 EMA over 20 EMA, so it's real tight here. So it's battling. It's definitely a battle. On the daily chart, we're going down. And right here, so 61.8 is 292. Looking for support here. 292. Then you have probably the first line here is 297. Then of course the 61.8, which is 293. And then you have the 50%, which is 279. See how this has been up? Stochastics is momentum. So once it's all the way flush from March, it's coming up here. And then there's a strong move all the way to May. Then it may have faded. We had to see this little move here, then another move. And then May 14th, right here, it looked like we're going to go back down. That was a fake out. And that's because 13 was over 20 EMA. It couldn't go down. It has to cross first. Has to be a crossover. So right here, we're sideways and up. Now it's bending here. We'll see what this does. It could be, you know, such a quick move and it comes back and comes back up this way. It's a larger move and we're going further down. Maybe this does this. See this up, then down. This might be one of these, not straight down. Straight down was in March. Flush out. So we'll see how this comes out. But there is more room to the downside. We need to gain the white line over the red line, a recrossover. So we had it here in March, here in April, we had it here in May, and it had it here in May again. That's a signal on the daily when you see that. In the 4 hour, it's getting very close now. Look how oversold that is. It's at 5.33. So 5.4. It's the lowest it's been since March, which is really digging deep here. So the 4 hours telling it's getting close. There might be a few more days, so we'll see how this plays out. All right, guys, so the market changes. This is the market. It'll change quickly like a dime. That's why these newbie traders, Robinhood, they don't have a clue. They just think, oh, everything's going up from the bottom. Yeah, it'll go up for a few days. Like, let's take a look at what are some of these, like the financial REIT. See, it started to break out. Yeah, it had a great run. It was very short and fast. So now this is getting oversold to the downside. Look at this. He came back down. This is gonna put in a new low, a new higher low. Excuse me. This is gonna come up here and probably do something like this in between and then move up. It's not gonna go straight down. I doubt it. Although right here is pointing to more of the downside, but we'll see on that. And like Oxy oil. Look at this right here. Came down. And this didn't fill the gap yet. So there's still time on that. Excuse me. And then came up. Quick move up. These are the Robinhood traders. They don't understand this is a bounce from extending triangle. Now, could it keep going? Yeah. But eventually, if it's gapping this hard, gaps over 3 days, 4 day gaps will drop hard. This is the market we're in right now. So a lot of newbies don't understand this. They just see something going straight up. This is like penny stock. This is craziness right now. All right, please subscribe and like, and we will be back for more videos. And that is it for now. Peace.